So there's an update for Lost Records, Bloom, and Rage.
Yes, there is.
Yeah. And we found an article that came out today sharing about what is going on.
Yep, this came out today, this morning, and yeah, so there's some information we'll go ahead and relay with you. And it's not, some people might be upset with it. I'm not. I'm actually kind of glad because it's really hard when you're interested in two games and they're like simultaneously or close going to be releasing to each other. You're like, oh, no, thank you.
So the title is Lost Records, Bloom, and Rage, delayed because of Life is Strange double exposure.
Yeah, so which is not surprising because I do believe both of them are coming out pretty close to one another. So like you want to experience these games, and if they both come at the same time, you're like, okay, now I play this one, now I play this one, then I play this one, then this one, right?
Yeah.
So it says, Deltona decided to delay its narrative adventure game Lost Records, Bloom, and Rage to early 2025 in the wake of Life is Strange double exposure's announcement and imminent launch this October.
So it might be just a few months. Like, it could be like 3 months.
Well, essentially, okay, so Life is Strange is coming in October, and I think it's coming out towards the end of October. So then you don't have too much, not much time until 2025 at that point. You just got November, December, and then there's, January!
Yeah.
And you're in 2025. But early 2025 could be from January to possibly, I would say, March.
That's what makes me a little nervous.
Yeah, it could be that. It could
quite
be
a delay.
It could be, but at the same time, if both of these games were coming out in October, it would be really hard to like give them both, because they're probably gonna be long. It would be hard to give them both your attention. I've actually done that where I have played a game came out at the same time as another game. One was on PC, one was on console. So I literally had like my computer and my console. So I was able to, and it's kind of crazy. Or you're like, okay, take a break for this one, go to this one, and then go back to this one, stuff like that too.
Yeah.
For those out of the loop, Deltona created a Life is Strange series with Square Enix, although Deltona moved on from other series after Life is Strange 2, neither party involved stopped making narrative adventure games. Deltona went on to make Tell Me Why in 2020, and some Life is Strange alumni formed a new Don't Nod studio in Montreal that same year to create the Lost Records franchise.
Ooh. The first Lost Records game, Bloom and Rage, was announced at the Game Awards 2023.
The first.
Yep. And follows a group of friends who experience some still unrevealed traumatic event in the summer of 1995 and must deal with the fallout of it 27 years later. Think Life is Strange meets Yellow Jackets, which we haven't seen.
We haven't seen. I think it's on Amazon.
Don't Nod planned to release Lost Records, Bloom and Rage this year, but plans changed.
I mean, that does happen.
Yeah.
And sometimes when they delay these games is because they're not ready. Or, they've added something. Or something else is going on. Or sometimes they release these games sooner than expected, which doesn't happen very often. You're like, oh, that was supposed to come out last month. It's coming out now. Cool. Concurrently to all those going on, Don't Nod and Square Enix continue the Life is Strange series through their games like Before the Storm and True Colors with developers Deck 9. Deck 9 and Square Enix announced Life is Strange Double Exposure, which continues the story of the first Life is Strange protagonist, Max Caulfield, at the Xbox Game Show this year. It's out on October 29th, so Don't Nod decided to push Lost Records, Bloom and Rage back. Actually, I'm curious. It did say that Lost Records, we watched the trailer, that it was going to come out this year. Did it specifically state October?
I don't remember. It's been a little bit since we watched it, but
Yeah.
I do think so.
I think it might.
I do think it might have said.
We've made the decision to move the release date of Lost Records, Bloom and Rage to early 2025. We know you're all excited for both Lost Records and the new Life is Strange game, and we want
your knowledge is correct.
to ensure both have adequate space to shine. And that's honestly, that's fair though, because in all honesty, Don't Nod makes really good games, but you have not only is a Life is Strange game, it's a Max Caulfield Life is Strange game, okay? So, and we don't know that much about this new game of theirs, besides the fact that it's going to take place like 27 years after some kind of major conflict or whatever. And I don't know, I mean, it looks really awesome, but I don't know if this game could shine on its own with Life is Strange really close to the release date, right? As much as I really am excited for both games, it's freaking Max Caulfield, right? It's like, how do you like not get excited about that? I try to make it work. I'm like, okay, babe, we're gonna make this work, and then they're just gonna delay it. But I mean, I want both games to shine, right? Because the article said the first, so it seems that other ones are planned. Yes, the others are planned down the road here. Let's see. Don't Nod explain on Twitter, the wait will be worth it. It says Lost Records Bloom and Rage will launch on PC, PS4, Xbox Series. Oh, I wasn't sure about the PlayStation. Okay. XS in early 2025. Life is Strange Double Exposure comes out on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series XS on October 29th. And Nintendo Switch version is in development. Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah, so I mean, I know some people are going to be upset about this.
Yeah.
It's just hard because, like, when you're a fan of Life is Strange, but you're also curious about, and you like Donut a lot because they did such a wonderful job creating the first Life is Strange game. We haven't played 2, so I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so what is this new game of theirs? And a little low-key, a little disappointing because I was excited for it coming out this year. But it gives us more time to enjoy when Life is Strange Double Exposure comes out.
Right, exactly.
So, because that's going to be, if it's anything like the first one, long and lots of happenings happening and just like what's even happening right now.
Yeah.
You know, conspiracy board needing probably. So I do appreciate that they're doing this, but I'm sure if I look at Reddit later, I will, and I'll see people are like mad about it. But it's like, and I kind of wish more companies would do this, but I know they can't because of publishing reasons. Sometimes when a really like hyped game is coming out and another really hyped game is coming out too close to each other, it's like the movies, right?
Yeah.
One of them shines, one of them does okay. And video games are not cheap to make anymore, right? So it's like, you know, you're going to have all these people creating this thing, you're going to have this budget.
Yeah.
And then if the game doesn't make back what you at least put into it, that's a problem, right?
Yeah.
So I know it kind of stinks, but at the same time, it's like,
It
well,
kind of stinks.
it does a little bit because I was really curious about this one because I like this fact that you see them in like 1995.
Yeah.
But then there's a huge something happens and 27 years later that means all these girls have not been contacting each other for 27 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you know what? Theory crafting. More time to theory craft.
And both of these stories have a big time skip like
They
that.
do. So I'm really curious. Yeah, this Life is Strange is also gonna have like parallel universes and stuff like that. So I've got a lot of questions for that too. But yeah, Bloom and Rage does look like it's gonna be a wild ride, especially if we go to the trailer and she says, if you see this, that means I'm dead. And we're like, and she's like, just kidding. It's like, are you kidding, girl?
And she's laughing. We're like,
yeah, it's like, are you kidding, girl? But you could definitely see, like, Donut has put similar stuff to their lists, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait. Just the first game, though? Okay, I'm already like, more? But I haven't even, like, played the first one with you yet. But anyways, so yeah, that's what we have in
That's our
terms of
update
this.
for now. So we'll be keeping an eye out on what comes out for
More
this.
trailers? Can they give us more trailers now? Because we're going to have this delay. That means they can release more game footage or more story trailers just to give us like a little bit more of a taste. Because, you know, I really like it when a game gets closer to release or even pushed back and they add like more trailers because they have more time to do that. And you're just kind of like...
Yeah. Right? All right, well, that's the news update that we have for now, and we'll be sure to link the article that we discussed down below.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us while we check out this news update. And if you haven't already seen our reaction to the trailer for Lost Records Bloom and Rage, go ahead and make sure you check that out. We'll have that pop up on the screen for you. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Look forward to connecting with you again soon, and we'll be sending so much love. Till next time.
Laters.